race goes in the ACC this year.
It's a great story, especially when they keep running into each other. Kevin Jack here is probably pretty well favored. It just depends on if he's able to get to his attacks, but also how he performs once he's on top. There's a certain body type that seems to prevail here with NC State. You don't see a lot of teams with lanky wrestlers who aren't not saying they're not muscular, but I've seen people with more muscles.
Kevin Jack for North Carolina State let everybody know in the country who he is last year, who he was, the All-American, entered the national tournament unseeded. Went 4-2 to become North Carolina State's first freshman All-American since 1991. His loss was to the four-time champion Logan Stieber of Ohio State. But what a tournament run for Jack, the Danbury, Connecticut native.
Yeah, again, that's another thing. Danbury, Connecticut's not somewhere you see a lot of top-level wrestlers coming out of, but there's something that Coach Rizzo's looking for, and he's finding in some of these wrestlers.
Mentioned the state of Connecticut as Jack shoots in, ended off by Chishko. Now Jack a second time, but there's Chishko again. Solomon Chishko's just a youngster. He's a freshman. Jeanette, Pennsylvania. Some big shoes to fill for Virginia Tech, trying to replace Devin Carter, the only Hokie to make it into the national championship battle last year, losing to Logan Stieber, the aforementioned Stieber, in the title bout. Carter was a bonus point machine in his days at Blacksburg. Mentioned Virginia Tech winning the ACC title in both 2013 and 2014, and a lot of that because of the bonus points from Carter.
You know, Carter last year came back off of a terrible knee injury to not just perform well at the ACC tournament, but also at the NCAA tournament.
Inside a minute to go in this first period, both wrestlers still kind of feeling each other out, no score.
Long sweeping outside right side single. Kevin Jack kind of gets away with that a lot of times because he's about 6 foot tall, but Chishko seems prepared for it, doing a little bit of extra work here in short offense with 20 seconds to go. Jack may find success with that, but he's got to be a little bit closer. Chishko also needs to work a little bit on trying to open up Jack going up and coming back down.
Plugs in Jack's nostril came undone there, so we'll take it to the corner. Jack ranked third in the country entering this tournament today. He won't catch anybody off guard this year at Nationals. What a season, and he's only a sophomore. Part of that heralded class last year for North Carolina State, Pat Papalizio. The job he's done in Raleigh as the first period comes to an end, no score.
It'll be interesting to see what Chishko chooses to defer this round, but Kevin Jack can be a real pain when he's on top.
So it will be Chishko on top to start the second period. Led the Virginia Tech team this year and wins with 26. Jack from the bottom trying to communicate with the official, but he can't do much with that wrist tied up. Chishko gives up on the wrist, allows Jack to get some separation. He'll get up to his feet and get away for the point. Kevin Jack of North Carolina State with the escape. Chishko only able to ride for 29 seconds. The head-to-head battles with North Carolina State and Virginia Tech.
Again, that long sweeping right hand signal is just not really kind of working for him. And now Coach Pat Papalizio is looking for a stall call on Jack's behalf. But they're not threatening shots, and it's a little difficult. Although Chishko hasn't taken a full committed shot this entire time, so he may have a point.
1-point decision when these two wrestlers met on February 12th.
There it is. He got his first stall call. That's a big, you know, you talk about a 1-0 match. That can really be a deciding factor, especially when you start playing the out-of-bounds game.
Kevin Dresser in the corner for Virginia Tech, watching anxiously, knowing what's at stake here with the team title and the Wolfpack and Hokies. 25 seconds to go in the period. 1-0 Jack with the lead, plus the stall call on Chishko as well.
And the thing is, Chishko's coiling up, but he's not. He's lowering his level. It looks like he's going to attack, but he hasn't really made any good, solid attacks. That's his second forward motion attack, and he didn't even extend his hands. So the referees are more than capable of calling him again in the third period if he doesn't do something.
Kevin Dresser in his 10th year at Virginia Tech. Back-to-back ACC dual meet titles. Led Virginia Tech to a pair of ACC championships. 14 All-Americans through the years, and he has a certain fleet this year that could add to that tally as well. Chishko to start in the down position in the third period. A caution as Jack was a little bit too anxious.
Be interesting to see how Chishko deals a little bit with Jack's length here on top.
Quick stand up by Chishko. Jack driving around the waist, and the two go out of bounds for a start in the center. Anticipate that same type of spring up action from Chishko again here on the whistle?
I think so, but you know, Jack looks really confident in dealing with that. He just kind of goes to that high crotch side and waits to sort of transition back to the mat. I'm surprised Chishko comes back into him as opposed to away from him. A little bit more pressure. Yeah, a little bit more pressure back into him.
And he'll turn and get away, so we start over in this third period. One thing to keep in mind is that stalling call that still looms a shadow over Solomon Chishko in this third period.
Kevin Jack's got to be careful here on the edge for a makeup call. If he backs out and doesn't continue to wrestle, referees are more than willing to make that call. Very good job getting his butt to the center. That right sweeping outside, and there it goes for first takedown of the match.
Boy, he had tried time and time again, and finally that long wingspan found a hook.
His setups don't require much, I suppose, but his finishes, that was crisp, solid, and it was strong.
Stand up by Chishko. Jack drops down to the two legs, needs to elevate his position, and he does as he reassumes control.
Does a great job of pressuring forward once he's on a leg. It's really impressive.
As that deep waist on the right side, Jack so tough on top for North Carolina State. However, Chishko gets up to his feet. Jack brings him right back down there at the feet of Papalizio as the two go back to the center. Inside a minute to go, North Carolina State trying to go back out in front. What should be a seesaw affair all night long.
Chishko's got to make something happen here, because it's not just the fact that he needs to get out. He's got to create some action against Jack, and it has not happened so far this match.
Jack trying to trap down to the ankle, but Chishko gets away. 3-2, riding time not a factor, so can Chishko dial up a takedown here in the final 40 seconds?
Got to see an attack. I'm not sure what attack he's looking for, but he's got to find one. Jack's got to be a little careful about disengaging. That might be something they're going to call for stalling.
And there is the stall call, first time on Jack. Chishko down on the leg. Chishko with control of the right leg, but can he turn it into two here for Virginia Tech?
Jack's going to want to grab that solid outside hand. He's got that trick knee, but he's got to be really careful.
Chishko on the edge. No points awarded
no points quite yet.
Match down to 10 seconds. Now Jack reaffirms his position. This is a clock eater. Chishko caught spread out here. Not much he can do. And North Carolina State gets the victory.
They're going to go ahead and challenge that. Earlier in that sequence, about 15 seconds, Chishko's original shot. You saw Kevin Jack slipped out his left hand. I don't think Kevin Dresser saw that, and they're going to want to go ahead and review it. It's a freebie at this point. We don't know how many they've used, but
let's take another look.
It's same swooping outside shot. This time, a nice little reshot by Chishko. Jack's really depending on that knee, a nice trick knee. What he really did do is stop that right hand. Wasn't able to go ahead and stop that right hand. Thought he was free and clear. Chishko shot again. I'm sorry, rather Jack came underneath. And right there is where they're going to say there was two, but you can see pretty clearly that Jack's left arm was out, and there won't be overruled.
Challenge coming from the Virginia Tech corner. Each team was given 3 challenges to start the day. Those challenges need to last you all morning, afternoon, and now into the championship round. And take a closer look over at the scores table to determine the outcome, but we both feel this should go to Kevin Jack of North Carolina State. And it is a Wolfpack ACC championship, the first of the young career for Kevin Jack. The sophomore wins by a point, 3-2, and he propels North Carolina State back on top here in the team race.